In December 2015, at the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Paris, 195 countries adopted a historic accord on reducing greenhouse gas emissions. A major victory for multilateralism, the Paris Climate Agreement was made possible by a critical innovation: intended nationally determined contributions. INDCs were plans submitted by each country before COP21, stating the steps it would take to address climate change at home. When a country formally ratified the Paris Agreement, its INDCs became NDCs, or nationally determined contributions. By allowing countries to determine their own contributions according to their national needs, priorities, and prospects, the INDC approach offered an alternative to the binding top-down regimes on which multilateral deals usually rely. Such an alternative was badly needed. Previous attempts to create a comprehensive global climate agreement failed largely because of their rigidity, which discouraged many countries from participating. The INDC approach, by contrast, could work for developed and developing countries alike. But the same flexibility that makes the INDC approach work is also its biggest weakness. Because the plans are nationally determined and non-binding, countries may not collectively do enough to achieve the Paris Agreement's stated goal of capping the increase in global temperature at 2 degrees Celsius. With the US, which accounts for nearly 15% of the world's greenhouse gas emissions, withdrawing from the agreement, there is even more reason to be skeptical.
You saw what happened last week with the so-called Paris Accord. We will keep our nation so great and so strong, and we will never have outside forces telling us what to do and how to do it.
Still, the NDCs are probably better than nothing. The Paris Agreement requires countries to submit an updated plan every 5 years, so there is room for pledges to become more ambitious. And simply by putting commitments out there, the Paris Accord has invigorated support for climate action, not just by countries, but also by cities, states, and companies. In the US, there are hopes that subnational efforts can go some way toward fulfilling the NDCs that Donald Trump's administration is now abandoning.
The consequences of the changing climate is real and can be quite devastating. Therefore, wise people will respond.
NDCs are no silver bullet for the climate challenge. But with the multilateral system facing unprecedented strain, even as the effects of climate change rapidly intensify, they may be the planet's and the international order's best bet.